Good day to each and everyone. I am Lovely Q. Kamading, a Master of Science in Education, major in General Education of Ilocos Sur Polytechnic State College, Philippines. I will be presenting my study entitled Teachers' Readiness on the Implementation of the Adopt a Struggling Reader Program in San Emilio District. The objective of this study is to assess the level of readiness of San Emilio District teachers in the implementation of the program, considering that the implementation was right after the pandemic. So the findings of this study would be significant to the division to further improve and enhance the said program. I used a descriptive survey questionnaire to gather the data needed for the study and was tested for validity and reliability and was found out to be valid and reliable. The ability to read is the foundation of academic learning, and reading as part of the micro skill is an important skill that forms the basis for learning all other subjects. So on part of reading, the Department of Education Philippines released this Hamon Bawat Bata Bumabasa or the 3Bs Initiative. This aims to make every learner a reader. And for Region 1, they released this program, Reading First for Region 1 program, as the response to the DepEd Philippines 3Bs Initiative. But still, there is a high number of struggling readers. So as an intervention, the Division of Ilocos Sur through the Division Memorandum Number 53, Series of 2022, released the Adopt a Struggling Reader program. So the objective of this study is to assess the level of readiness of San Emilio District elementary teachers in the implementation of the Adopt a Struggling Reader program. For SOP number 1, how may the respondent's profile be described in terms of their age, sex, teaching position, years in teaching, and educational attainment? For the age, it shows that most of the respondents were between 31 to 35 years old with a percentage of 27.12% out of 59 teacher respondents. So this implies that there is a mix of relatively younger and mid-career teachers in the field of teaching who are engaged in the Adopt a Struggling Reader program of the division. For the sex, the data shows that there is a higher percentage of female respondents, which is 90%, compared to the male teachers, which is only 10%. So this implies that there are more women who are engaged in teaching compared to men. For the teaching position, the data shows that majority of the respondents are Teacher 3 with 67.8% of the total respondents. Respondents who are Teacher 1 makes up the second largest group. So this suggests that teachers are more likely the primarily implementer and evaluator of the program. For years in teaching, the data shows that the majority of the teacher respondents are between 13 to 18 years of service, with 32.2% out of 59 respondents, followed by respondents who are between 1 to 6 years in the service. So this implies that there is a mix of experienced and relatively new teachers in the field. For the educational attainment, the data shows that majority of the respondents have master's unit, which compose of 57.63% out of the total respondents. So this implies that most of the teacher respondents are in master's units due to the fact that most teachers seek professional growth and promotion. This concludes that the teacher respondents were predominantly in middle adulthood, female, 13 to 18 years of service, Teacher 3 and with Master's units. Based from this, it is recommended to provide professional development opportunities that cater to the specific needs and interests of this demographic group. These can include workshops, seminars, or online courses that focus on the advanced teaching strategies, instructional technology, and subject-specific content updates. SOP number 2, what is the profile of the school in terms of availability of reading materials, number of faculty, class size, facilities, and community involvement? For the availability of reading materials, it can be gleaned on the table that the availability of reading materials in the Adapt a Struggling Reader program is quite comprehensive. The most commonly available reading materials are books and flashcards with the same frequency of 11 out of the 11 schools, and this indicates a strong emphasis on providing traditional reading materials to support struggling readers. Additionally, charts, dictionaries, pamphlets, and localized storybooks with the same number of 7 are also widely available. This suggests a focus on the visual aids and vocabulary development. However, it is notable that certain resources such as encyclopedias, PowerPoint presentations, and poetry materials are less commonly available. This could indicate a potential areas for improvement in diversifying the range of reading materials to cater the different learning preferences and interests. For the number of faculty and class size, it can be observed that majority of the schools surveyed have a moderate number of faculty members. Specifically, 6 out of 11 schools have between 6 to 10 faculty members, indicating a balanced teacher-to-student ratio. So this suggests that these schools may have sufficient teaching staff to cater to the needs of their students effectively. For the class size, the distribution of class sizes within the school showed that almost all of the 11 schools have a 20 and below number of pupils. This distribution aligns with the study by Glass and Smith 2014, which emphasizes that benefits of smaller class sizes in improving student outcomes, including the academic achievement and engagement. For the facilities, based on the table, 11 schools revealed that they have classrooms. This indicates that this basic facility is universally available. However, only 6 out of 11 schools have offices, suggesting that some schools may lack administrative spaces. Additionally, a low percentage of schools have libraries and laboratories, indicating a potential limitation in resources for academic and research purposes. Interestingly, one school have a reading resort, which could indicate a unique approach to promoting reading and literacy among students. For the community involvement, the table showcases the level of community involvement within the school. The various entities such as the PTA, LGU, the NGO, and the alumni are actively engaged. The high percentages indicate the strong partnership between the school and the community, which is essential for enhancing educational outcomes and fostering supportive learning environment. This indicates a strong connection between the school, parents, and the local government unit, the LGU, which is crucial for student success and also shows that the school has significant support from the local government. The NGO or the non-governmental organization are also involved. Lastly, the Alumni Association is involved at a rate of 90.91%, showcasing the continued connection and support from former students. The school profile revealed a high availability of reading materials such as books and flashcards, with an average faculty number of 6 to 10 and a class size of 1 to 20. Classrooms are also seen as universally available school facilities with a high level of community involvement among the stakeholders. So basing from this, it is recommended to maintain and further enhance the availability of reading materials in schools, and this can be achieved by regularly updating the library collection, encouraging teachers to create classroom libraries, and promoting reading initiatives within the school community. Additionally, it is important to continue fostering community involvement and engagement among the stakeholders to support the overall educational environment. For SOP number 3, what is the level of readiness of teachers in the implementation of the program along the delivery and instruction, assessment, and reporting? It is reflected in the table that among the delivery and instruction, assessment, and reporting, both the delivery and instruction and assessment recorded the highest mean of 4.68 as assessed by the teachers, school heads, and the Parent-Teacher Community Association, while reporting obtained the lowest mean of 4.66 but still described as strongly agree. The average mean of 4.68, described as strongly agree, implies that teachers are very much ready in assessing the struggling readers despite the challenges brought by the pandemic to the educational system. The high average mean score across all the indicators indicate a strong agreement among teachers in the district regarding the readiness to deliver instruction, conduct assessments, and report on student progress effectively. Along delivery and instructions, the teachers in San Emilio District are well prepared and ready to facilitate reading among struggling readers. They have shown a high level of readiness in preparing reading remediation plans, using varied strategies in teaching reading, and creating learning materials to address learning difficulties. On the assessment level of the respondents, teachers are highly prepared to conduct pre-reading assessments, identify struggling readers, record learners' progress, and evaluate reading outcomes. They are also diligent in conducting reporting. The teachers demonstrate a strong commitment to communicating struggling readers' improvement. They maintain documentation of struggling readers' progress over time and seek input from the stakeholders for additional support. The level of readiness of the respondents is classified as high on the delivery of instruction, assessment, and reporting, which obtained a strongly agree rating among the respondents. So based from this, it is recommended to build upon this readiness by providing ongoing support and resources to teachers, and this can include professional development opportunities focused on instructional strategies, assessment techniques, and effective reporting practices. Additionally, providing access to relevant teachers' resources, such as curriculum guides and assessment tools, can further enhance the readiness of teachers in these areas. For SOP number 4, is there a significant relationship between the profile of the respondents and their level of readiness? So the profile details showed no significant relationship between the profile of the teachers in their readiness in implementing the Adapt a Struggling Reader program along delivery and instruction, assessment, and reporting. The non-significant correlations for the profile suggest that these factors do not significantly impact teachers' readiness in delivering instruction, conducting assessment, or reporting on students' progress. Regarding the highest educational attainment of the teachers, the correlation coefficients for delivery of instruction, assessment, and reporting readiness were 0.098, negative 0.067, and 0.044 respectively. This suggests that higher educational attainment may positively influence readiness, particularly in terms of reporting. This finding aligns with research by Johnson and Smith 2020, who emphasized the importance of advanced education in enhancing teachers' skills and readiness to effectively assess and report on student progress. Therefore, it is concluded that there is no significant relationship between the profile of the respondents and their level of readiness on the implementation of the Adopt a Struggling Reader program sa Pagbasa Tayo ay Magkasangga. Based from this, it is recommended that schools may consider offering personalized professional development opportunities to teachers working in literacy intervention programs, and these programs can focus on enhancing specific skills related to delivering instruction, conducting assessments, and reporting on students' progress. And by addressing these areas, teachers may feel more prepared and confident in implementing the program effectively. For SOP number 5, what is the significant difference between and among the responses of teachers, school heads, and the parent-teacher community associations? So the results showed that for the delivery of instruction, assessment, and reporting, the F values are 0.42922, 2.07171, and 1.94973 respectively. These F values do not exceed the critical F value of 3.11864, and the corresponding P values are all greater than 0.05, indicating that there is no statistically significant difference between the responses of teachers, school heads, and the parent-teacher community association in their level of readiness in the implementation of the Adopt a Struggling Reader program. This lack of significant difference suggests that all three groups are equally prepared in terms of delivering instruction, conducting assessment, and reporting on the students' progress. This finding is consistent with the study by Brown et al. 2019, which also found no significant differences in readiness levels among teachers, school heads, and parent associations in a literacy intervention program. The authors emphasize the importance of collaboration and alignment of goals among these stakeholders to ensure the success of such program. It is therefore concluded that there is no significant difference between and among the responses of teachers, school heads, and parent-teacher community association in their level of readiness in the implementation of the Adopt a Struggling Reader program. Basing from this, it is recommended to organize collaborative training programs that involve teachers, school heads, and PTCA members together. This will ensure that all stakeholders are on the same page regarding the program's objectives, strategies, and implementation method. So therefore, in terms of delivery and instruction, assessment and reporting, the teachers of San Emilio District are ready with a readiness level classified as high as assessed by teachers, school heads, and the parent-teacher community association in the implementation of the Adopt a Struggling Reader program. That's all. Thank you for listening.